Good morning, liveweatherblogs.com meteorologist Bob Acanfrio with today's tropical update for June 2nd, 2011. We have two areas we're watching in the tropics today. One area will not be developing, and our other area that we are monitoring could possibly be our first named system next week in the Western Caribbean. Right now, here's our old area of that mesoscale convective system that came through Florida yesterday. 0% chance of developing according to the National Hurricane Center. That was our old Invest 93L. It's not going to develop. Hopefully it can bring some rain to Texas tonight into tomorrow to break a little bit of their drought. Our other system here, our broad area of low pressure in the Western Caribbean, could be our first named system, Arlene, next week. Really showing signs of getting itself together slowly. And they've given it a 20% chance. This should be our next Invest, probably by later today, Invest 94L, either later today or tomorrow. And you'll see these percentages keep going up as we move along the next couple days down in here. So what do we have on the satellite view? First, our old Invest 93L, our MCS that came through Florida yesterday. Wasn't really a big drought buster. Actually made things worse here across North Florida as winds picked up. And it didn't rain at all in North Florida, and we did have a lot of forest fires develop across this region yesterday, which is bad news. So here it goes, kind of came into the Gulf, collapsed a bit, really not much going on with it. A little mid-level circulation down here, but this will not develop and will move harmlessly into Texas later tonight into tomorrow. All right, so our biggest threat here right now that we're definitely going to be watching, probably going to be watching this for the next week or so, is this system here in the Western Caribbean. It's a broad area of low pressure. The area of low pressure is probably right somewhere in this area here in the southwest corner of the Caribbean. This actually is our tropical wave that has moved from east to west and is now starting to interact with this broad area of low pressure. And this could be the trigger as this moves west that's really going to get this thing going in the next couple days. You can see the clouds fanning off in this fashion here as a ridge is starting to build over this area as this TUT feature with our MCS backed into the Gulf and has allowed this area to kind of breathe in a way if you look at the clouds fanning this way. So shear has definitely dropped in this area, and just going to take something to really trigger this thing to get going. It's going to be a little slow process because it's kind of into that monsoonal trough area, big area here. But as this is definitely a good sign for development here as this trigger here as this tropical wave moves west. And you can see it here on our latest mimic here. This was that tropical wave as is moving west, and here it comes, and it's now starting to interact with our broad area of low pressure. So this was the trigger it needed as it came through the islands. And here it comes moving west. So this will be interesting as it's really moistening up this area. And this could be the beginning of getting this thing going. Again, the shear, as you can see, starting to lift north. This TUT feature moved into the Gulf of Mexico. It allowed this to bulge up here. And you could see wind shear definitely lightening up here in the Western Caribbean. We had wind shear 40, 50 knots just a few days ago. Now we're down into that 5, 10, 20 knot range. So definitely wind shear dropping in this region. And here's the current surface analysis. And you can see they kind of have a broad area of low pressure right in this area. And here's that tropical wave I was talking about. So this will be the trigger to kind of get this system going here in the next couple days. And the current vorticity, you can see we got some juice down there going. Some vorticity, a couple little maximums here. One with the tropical wave and another with our broad area low pressure. These guys should consolidate in the next couple days and again get this low pressure going here. So where's this system going? Well, the models have pretty much been the same, very consistent the last few days. Some have the system weaker, some have it stronger. Of course being almost 7 days out in the period, you're going to have a lot of variables here. The basic thing is we're going to have a trough here in the Western Atlantic, high pressure over the Gulf. So this thing will definitely slowly move to the north-northeast. And anywhere from Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, the Bahamas, maybe even South Florida. Those will be the areas under the gun here to watch this system as we move into next week, because this system's going to slowly move up to the northeast. So here, this is the GFS model. This is again towards the middle of next week. Again, a weaker system moving up close to Jamaica. We have the Euro. Again, it's been pretty consistent bringing this system up towards Jamaica. And again, here's our trough in the Western Atlantic. High pressure over the Gulf. UK Met, again, kind of a weaker system. Again, the variables on the strength, that'll be sorted out eventually. We're just looking at where this might go. Again, very slow movement. Again, in the Western Caribbean, they have the trough a little farther east, so this system kind of gets caught down here. So that's really going to be the thing with this system. Does it get tugged enough by this trough? Will it dig deep enough to really push it to the northeast? Or will it get stuck down here? So those are going to be the two options that the system will have next week. And then we have the Canadian model. This has been the strongest of the models so far. It has a hurricane near the Cayman Islands by middle of next week. Again, the positioning of the trough a little farther east than the GFS and the Euro, so it doesn't really bring it northeast, more of a northern motion. And then where does it go from here? Does it move northeast? Does it get stuck down here? Does it move back west? One thing that's very consistent is high pressure over the Gulf. It's kind of our blocking. And as long as this blocking is here, it's going to be hard to get this system into the Gulf unless it lingers down here long enough where it may do so. But that's kind of the setup right now. So just a wait and see. We have a lot of days to watch this. We'll be watching it through the weekend, and I'll have updates through the weekend to see where this system may or may not develop. That'll be it for today's tropical update, and I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.